Well, this is Friday, July 3rd. I'm at the Kenworth in Toronto trying to find my truck. They told me the repairs are complete. And I remember that my truck is black, so it's not gonna be somewhere here. But I just wanted to show you guys some of these cool trucks. They all look so nice when they're brand new, don't they? So this is 680. And over there we have, of course, the favorite classic of the masses, W900. Not sure if this is brand new. Well, it might be brand new. Yeah, look, in the back everything is... What kind of tires they put on this thing? 11R22.5. Double frame. See that? But not complete. Yeah, so that's like more like an insert. Yeah, because there's nothing there. I might do something like that on my next truck. See, there's nothing here, so it's a partial insert. I like these. These are a game changer. You know, these are good for heavy haul. It's believed that when you have these outside air cleaners, the engine gets twice as much air as when you have single inside filter. And of course, when it's inside, you know, it's absorbing the heat from the engine, which is never good. And this is like my truck, T880. See, this one was the body was done by JWH Hydraulics. That's a local company. They can do all this stuff. So this is what they call a roll-off. Like, these are great. Actually, I was thinking about buying one of these when I was a tow truck operator, and I worked on that tilt and load, or a rollback, as you guys call them in the States. But this is a roll-off, right? Oh, the same thing here. So this whole thing goes up, right, because of these massive cylinders, and they can hook up like a garbage bin or a container. But why I was interested in this is that you can hook up a platform, like a steel platform, right? And these are super great for moving machinery. You know, it's just it's like a bed, and then when you tilt it, the bed goes completely on the floor. And so you can load something that's not too tall, like a bobcat, you know, a small backhoe, like one of those wheeled backhoes. But then I decided to get into AZ or AZ class license, and so that plan was scrapped. Otherwise, my plan was to become like a local machinery hauler with a roll-off truck. And this guy is still here. We have a red W900. I think white looks a bit better. The sleeper is the same. Of course, that's great. I don't think I have that in my truck, like the windows at the very top. What do we have here? No, not double, the same insert. Huh, it looks like they put this inserts even with the regular axle. Let me check. So 11R22.5, so that means that it's not like anything super big, right? Over here we have 11R22.5s. Okay, what kind of suspension they use? Okay, this is regular suspension, not New Way. By the way, I thought New Way was so cool, right? And then when I went to do the alignment on the truck, the mechanic told me, he says, "Oh, New Way, I hate New Way suspension." I said, "Why?" He says, "Because he showed me the design, like what you have to do in order to align these trucks." And he says, "This particular nut always gets rusted. It's impossible to take out." He says, "You don't have this." He says, "I never have this problem with a regular Kenworth suspension." But I remember the reason I put in New Way on my new truck is because that's what somebody told me that's what they use on like on lumber trucks, you know, those, and heavy haul trucks. So it's basically supposed to be more more robust than the regular transmission. Yeah, and these are basically just trucks waiting for service. So you see these guys have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 doors, and they can put 2 trucks in each door, one from this side, one from the other side. So it's a pretty big shop. All right, I think we're getting close. Bingo. All right, this one looks good. Check this out. Like the color, wow. The color and the scheme on this. And this guy is big into religion. Yeah, I see, that's what I need. Oh, this guy, check this out. He has this cover, aluminum 5th wheel. Oh, I see, that's what I have. That's New Way. New Way, you know, by these 2 big arms, how that's connected. Let me check. Is mine the same? Yeah, you see, that's New Way. If it's not New Way, you only have that single bar. So to me this definitely looks better. But check this out, the truck is 2 years old. Everything is falling apart. And so yeah, I did the grease. Okay, so, and the reason we're doing this video is just to show you guys what they did, right? So first off, as you can see, now I have 2 new fenders. 2 new fenders, and they lost the cap somewhere. We're gonna charge them back for this. But over here it's lost as well. But that's what I was telling him. I said, hey, there's 2 bolts here and here. You unscrew them, and 2 bolts here, or 2 screws, and this whole thing just slides out. But he said, hey, wait, what about this? We have to attach this to the new fender, and we have to attach this, right? So it was a lot of work, believe it or not. So just like I thought, it was almost no, what was it 800, 700 Canadian, right? So that's what they did. And then of course the main problem, yeah, sorry, the truck is so dirty, Jesus, unbelievable. The main problem was this bad boy over here, DEF tank, like in the bag there. Now I know over there under this cover somewhere there's what they call a sanding unit, and that guy has 3 sensors: level, quality, and temperature. And like I mentioned in the previous video, that thing was shortening out when the tank was less than full, and so they replaced it under warranty. I'm not sure how that was possible, but hey, who am I to judge? Warranty is good. Okay, here it's, everything is cool. This one is here. Oh yeah, and I left, you see, remember I did this? This is so cool. So I don't have to fight those hoses, right? I just disconnect them and I throw them on the trailer, right? The PTO hoses. And so they fixed, so the 2 new fenders, the tank, and then over here they I asked them for the same plates like that guy has, and they said in my case, you see, on that truck, those plates, they rest on the frame, but because my slider is so big, they would fit, but they don't have brackets for this, because this is different than mounting it like that. You see, like here it sits on the frame because these guys have a very short slider, right? In my case, you need something special, and they asked me if I want to buy that plate, and then I can find the brackets elsewhere. And they brought that plate. I just wanted to measure, and it was just sitting here because it's about 1 foot wide, right? So I can put it here, which would really help, you know, as long as I can stand on something, because as you can see, there's nowhere to stand except that one, and it's not very wide. Especially in winter, it's very, very dangerous. And of course I have no steps here, so thank you, Kenworth. No ladder, so I have to push myself up on this and climb here, and that's why these look like what's that 4-letter word starting with S, if you know what I mean. Anyway, we're gonna wash the truck one of these days, don't you worry about that. And the last thing they did, look at this, beautiful, right? So they replaced the tanks were falling off, right? So they took this apart and they put the new rubber in. So they replaced all 3 here. Actually, they were all pretty bad. That guy, single axle in the back, single axle, and he was moving a 3-axle highway truck. So that truck weighs about 20,000 pounds. Actually, wait a second, what single axle? He has a tandem axle. No, tandem axle is good. Okay, and here I think they replaced only one. Yeah, this one. Because you see, this looks dirty, but this looks like chicky, as they say in Russian. Chicky. So, and somebody left me a comment saying that it's just a problem, it's some kind of a design flaw in here. They say they'll start doing it again. Something with these tanks that they keep rotating, you know, slightly. So of course that's what it means. When they start rotating, they start screwing up the rubber. But I'm glad that it's all done, and it was only about, like, total was about 1100. Hold on. Total was about 1100 Canadian, and I'm gonna get back 13% because it was HST. Next truck is gonna be white. This is ridiculous. Alright, let's see. Check engine light. Gone. Alright. This should be good then. If not, we're coming back. Alright, let's see. AC is max. Okay. Oh wow, the truck is warm. How did that happen? It says 150 degrees. But anyway, just wanted to go again what they charged me here. So actually the sensor, it was not too bad. Like if I had to pay my own money, it was $2 for the hose and $4.61 for a sensor, and the 93 shop supplies. So it would have been, where's labor? I don't see labor. Yeah, labor probably would be like at least 2 hours, so 150 times 2, 300. So it would be probably like $800-900 Canadian. But in that section it says 0, so they did not charge me. And then the next item was loose fuel tank causing strap rubber to become damaged. Okay, so this cost me, strap assembly is $899, $899, and shop supplies $109. Well, we all need towels, you know, wet towels when it's so hot. It's plus 31 C, probably around 82, 83 F. So you need wet towels. So I'm guessing that's what it is. Shop supplies $109.59. And then fenders, the 2 fenders, the kit was $400. So they're not that bad. So each fender is only 200 bucks, but shop supplies $44, brake and parts cleaner $359, labor $495, total $942. And that's why I always say one axle axle is $1,000. These fancy fenders, I'm telling you. That, of course, yeah, you can buy them cheap on Amazon, but you know, those cheap ones, they don't have any brackets. Anyway, these guys do the proper job. It was easier this way because they mounted this originally, right? So $942, and then my total was $1,065, and I'm gonna get back $122 from the government. So pretty much, what is it, 940 bucks. So that's what this damage is. Oh boy, this is hot. All right. So now I hardly have any fuel because I knew that if I have too much fuel, they'll have to take the tanks off, and then it might be even, you know, more money. All right, now I just need to do my I just need to update my log because this thing was sitting here. Now it'll start screaming at me, driving detected.
Nothing right now.
All right, so what do we got? Yeah, usually the first thing I see when I open the log is like a note that says that I have to sign the previous days. Okay, it was only 2. Sign log, save. I think I need a new tablet. This tablet is probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old now, maybe 3. It keeps, you know, glitching. Like, even if you don't touch the surface, you keep your finger like 2 inches away, it acts as if you push that part of the screen, and it starts opening all kinds of things I don't want, like, you know, my contacts or my email. All right, 1 driving event detected, 51 seconds, 0.2 kilometers. Claim. Yacht move. Done. Yeah, it gives me a choice, driving, yacht move, or personal conveyance. Of course, I cannot show it as personal conveyance because it's a truck repair, right? But it wasn't me who was driving. So, all right, let's see. Anything else? No. Okay, so now we just click here and we change the duty status to on duty, and we do pre-trip inspection, which I already did, and inspection. I gotta choose my truck, next, sign, done, save. Alright, now we should be good. Now last thing I gotta do is I gotta open Google Maps and put my yard address in it, but I have it saved as work. You know, I have home and work, and it always shows at the top there, so I just click work, and that's my yard, and I click start. And we should be good to go. Yeah, 11 kilometers, 10 minutes. Seeing this thing becoming loose, and I'm using the session because, as you saw in that experiment, I love that camera, by the way. But that one now is my dedicated selfie camera, you know, when I'm recording like this, you know, with the phone. Like, see, for the phone I have this, right? And then I have a newer version, like this is very cool. For YouTube, you see this thing controls this. You push it and you can change it. But it's a bit too short, so you can attach a little, like I bought at Henry's, Photo Henry's store, I bought a little gadget here that goes in here. It's like basically for a light, for extra light on your camera, but it goes on here and it has the same connector at the top, so then it becomes like this, you know, much taller. But this is my old one. I just prefer to use these as opposed to those Gorilla Pods, because what's cool about that is that it takes you exactly 1 second to put it down, you know, because I'm either recording like this or I'm recording like this, somewhere put it in front of me, right? But now I have this little telescopic thing which is much lighter, and I'll be using this new GoPro 8. But like I said, you saw that for some reason it really doesn't like bright light when you're recording from inside the truck. Like, you probably see now that this GoPro has no problem with this. So I don't know. So basically, yeah, for head-mounted recording, we're gonna keep using this. And also this is good for recording when I'm static, when I can put the camera in the back. All right, the Terminator is heading home. And I'm leaving my beauty over here. I'll be back, and then we're gonna take Uber, and I hope that this time they don't charge me $46, because that's just ridiculous. Yeah, for 11 kilometers. And on the way here, I stopped at the Dodge dealer. Just wanted to see if they had any deals on Challenger Hellcats. And looks like they sold, because now they have a promotion. It's a sales event. Employee pricing, right? Like big discounts on everything. And it's a big dealer. They have like hundreds of vehicles over there. But all I saw were mostly Ram trucks. And there were a couple of cool ones. I really liked what I would, you know, if my car was, you know, 4 or 5 years old, I would definitely trade it for that one. It was a Ram 2500 with a Cummins diesel. You know, that would be a cool truck. Because my next vehicle cannot have less horsepower and or less torque than what I have now. Because I've been always climbing, you know, to more and more horsepower in my passenger vehicles, right? So before this Challenger, I had the 305 horsepower Mustang V6. Now this one, of course, is 485 horsepower. But if I get in a few years, if I get a diesel-powered Ram, that thing will not have so much horsepower, but it'll have almost 2 times more torque than what I have now. Like now I have what, 475 or 470 pounds of torque, and a diesel pickup truck would have like 900 torque. Now that would be a joy to accelerate between lights, you know what I'm saying? So again, next vehicle must have more than 470 pounds of torque. Especially this, since this one has 2050 pounds of torque. So I'm kind of spoiled by power, you know. And yeah, I don't care so much about horsepower. Mostly I care about torque. Torque is king. And I spent 3 nights at a hotel here just down the street. Sheraton, 4 Points Sheraton. And if you ever in this area, that's a good hotel, but it's probably like, I don't know, 15-20 years old, and it starts showing a little bit, but very clean, you know, not like your cheap motel. But when I was checking out, I stopped downstairs and I told them, I said, "Are you guys aware that your water is super soft?" And I stayed there like 3 or 4 times before, and it's always, you know, a very kind of like annoying when you wash your hands or you take a shower. It takes forever to get rid of the soap. Like the soap does not want to dissolve. You know what I mean? Like you walk out of the shower, you're still partially covered in soap. And to my surprise, this lady says, "Really?" I said, "What, you don't know about this?" And she says, "I'll definitely pass your feedback." Did you see that guy? So he's drunk or something. Like his wheels were on the white line. And I was signaling for half an hour, he would not let me in. But I'm not in a rush. We're taking it slow. But if we need to squash a couple of Mazdas on the way to the yard, so be it. And that reference is from the movie Black Dog. Like there's a scene there where one guy says, "What was that?" And the driver says, "A Mazda." Like they hit something and the truck jumped up. A Mazda. I'm not sure why he pronounced it like that, with the A, Mazda. This is the Riverside Park, because that hotel borders is like a few minutes away from this Riverside Park. That's where I did one of the preceding videos. It's a pretty big park. Take a Fountain Road exit? Franklin, okay. we'll take Franklin. If that's what it takes. If that's the road you want me to take after being a driver for 15 years. 15 years I've been driving, and you're sending me through Franklin. Unbelievable. Well, guys, don't get alarmed. That was a joke, okay? It's a joke. We good? The morale of the troops is good. And so today is Friday. I exchanged a couple of emails with some brokers. No results. So I'm staying in Canada. I'm staying in Canada till Monday. Okay, now my favorite part. Let's see how much traffic is here now. Oh, not too bad. Yeah, usually it's very difficult to change lanes here because people are flying from the bridge. And then this thing becomes a nightmare around 5 o'clock. Somebody's in a hurry. Signal? No signal. Who needs signals anyway? It can be so annoying. Speed limit here 60 kilometers per hour. 39, 38 miles per hour. But usually there's no cops here, but I saw a couple of cops at the very end near the intersection with what is it called, like the next street over there. Trailer is here, so now we have to find a spot where to park the truck, and I'm paying to this guy But as you can see now, they blocked. They blocked. Like, that's supposed to be my spot over there. Oh, I have to go ask him. Okay, I talked to Steve guys. They told me what to do. So there's a white pickup truck there near the containers. So I'm just waiting for him to leave, and then I'll just back in there. So these are very nice guys, and the boss, Steve, often helps him with his crane. Okay, looks like he moved. This is okay. Okay, quick check on the trailer. Everything is good. See, I left the booster, as you can see, in the back, so now it's real easy to move out at a second notice. But I noticed that these things become a nuisance, you know, because of the shims. So now the shims push this down, and sometimes it's pretty difficult to release these, you know, pick them up. Whereas before it was very easy, as long as your booster was, you know, in line with the trailer, you know, where it's not to a side, then you can easily flip them up. But not the case anymore. Well, that's why they pay us the big bucks. And you see these ones, these fenders, I'm pretty sure are much cheaper. And yeah, look at the brackets, right? There's just one bracket and then you have bolts, whereas on my fenders you have a bracket and then you have those brackets over here, right? So yeah, but and it keeps touching the tie in here. Well, it's only when there's no air, right? But they did not put them on in the same position, you know. JC trailer looks like they were in a big rush. You see, like here there's no air, and you have this gap, right? And you have this gap here, one finger, and you have this gap. On this one, there's no gap here, no gap here, and no gap here. I'm not sure what they were thinking. These fenders should be the same, right? But I noticed this started doing this from like day one. But again, it gets better. I pulled it out a little bit, and so it gets better. Maybe what I can do, I just get a crowbar or something and just push this couple of millimeters this way. Well, I'm sure you guys will leave me 150 comments under this video how to do this, so I'm impatiently waiting for your feedback. I promise I won't go to sleep until I see the feedback. All right. Not dealing with these guys again, I'm telling you. They did not like me, I did not like them. But if I ever get a bigger trailer, and that's the reason some of the guys were kind of, what's going on? Why is your trailer for sale listed online in Canada? Why are you getting out of the business? You wish I was getting out of business. No, I'm not getting out of the business. If anything, I'm trying to get deeper into the business. And I mentioned this 235 times before that I need one more axle because of the big discrepancy in laws inside Canada, inside US, especially during spring restrictions. With the 2+2 I have now, it works fine when there's no restrictions. But the trick is for me to use up the full capacity of my trailer, which is 60 tons. I need a state or province where I get at least 44,000 per tandem, 44,000 pounds. So with the Jeep I have 4 tandems: drives, tandem Jeep, and then trailer tandem 1, trailer tandem 2. So that's 4 tandems, right? So as long as I can get 44 per tandem times 4 plus, let's say, 16,000 on the steer axle in Alberta, see, then I'm coming really close. I can do 120. If I cannot get 44, if it's only 40 or 37 or whatever, all I can do is like maybe 105, 110. You know, that's why in Alberta most guys run with 3+2, not 2+2. So 2+2 was my dream for a long time, and it would work fine. It's nothing's wrong with the design of 2+2, but everything is wrong with the stupid rules that each province and each state have. And so the restrictions are Western Canada in the spring, and then in the states, some of the states, let me see, which one was that? Like Arkansas. You know, Arkansas only gives you 40,000 per tandem. So 40 times 4 is 160. 160 plus, even if they give you 20 on the front, 180, right? My empty weight is 72. So 180 minus 72, if you guys have been, if you did not cut too many classes in high school, that's 108,000 pounds, right? That's less than what a 55-ton trailer can do, right? And that's what I mean. That's a typical example. Arkansas, 40,000 per tandem. I end up with the maximum of, what did I say, 108, but that's like the absolute maximum. You can never scale it properly. So basically, in reality, 105, like I would be lucky to do 105 in Arkansas with this trailer. And that's my short and long answer to all people wondering why this trailer is for sale. I asked Fontaine to allow me to add one more axle because it's a modular trailer. I said, what can happen? I can just buy an intermediate flip axle, and that's the axle that has connectors on both ends, so I can hook it one side to the trailer, the other side to the spreader bar. And Fontaine got very agitated. No, you cannot do that. That will increase your wheelbase. That will drop the level of safety. That will drop the safety to the levels we're not comfortable with. La la la. You need to trade in your trailer for a 60-ton with 3+2, which they now offer. So of course they want me to buy a new trailer. And then I said, wait a second. What about you allow me to put deck inserts in the deck. So I can do 5 foot or 10 feet, right? Even 10 feet. So then the deck becomes 26 plus 10, 36. So how is that okay? Because of course your wheels are gonna be, you know, far away, but it's still, it's 2 plus 2. For some reason that's okay, but 3 plus 2 is not okay. I don't know. I talked to a friend of mine, he says that's not the truth, because their judgment is tainted by their desire to sell trailers. So there should not be anything wrong with adding one more axle, especially if you don't plan on going past 120,000 pounds. Well, that's my goal. I just want to be able to use up the trailer I bought to its fullest capacity, 120,000. And like I said, what I see now is that quite often it's not possible. So you don't have enough axles. You got it? If you have any more questions, just feel free to write right away. Hi, I'm Sergey. How are you? I thought you guys were required to wear masks.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah, just to, you know, keep it safe. I'm protecting you, you're protecting me.
Yeah, but usually, like, I don't use the rides. Usually, I do the Uber deliveries only.
Oh, you do Uber food?
Yeah. Sometimes we get rides. Usually, I go for the deliveries. I don't have to leave.
Because I'm a trucker, so I go between Canada and US, so very big difference between Canada and the States in this regard. But I think now in Toronto, did you hear this? In Toronto, there's a law now. You have to wear a mask when you enter an office or a coffee shop or something, but only for the city of Toronto, and I think in Guelph as well. So hot. Oh boy, this is like an oven in here. Finish this video. One last piece of news. One last piece of news is that I called XM Sirius radio and I said, let's get serious for one moment. And I said, I need to add subscription to my Challenger as well. So a couple of months. So I had the satellite radio here, right? First of all, it's booked. It's pre-installed, and I got 1 year free after I bought the car, and so then it expired, and I decided not to renew it. But what I did is I changed the radio ID, so I switched I gave him my Kenworth radio, and I never activated that one. And so they still kept the radio ID from this one, and so they activated the Kenworth, and now I can always listen to, you know, I love stand-up comedy, news, you know, weather, classic theater. I love that. Very useful when you don't have to change the channel as you travel, as you have to do on the regular radio, right? And then I come home and I get in the car, and almost automatically I'm trying to find like CNN, MSNBC, you know, just to get some news from US. And I'm like, shoot, I don't have it, you know. And so, and one more thing is why I renewed it is also because I find that the quality of audio is much better than when you listen to regular radio. Even like I have HD radio on FM, but no comparison. Satellite radio, much better sound. It's much richer, you know. It sounds like I have 2 extra speakers in the car when I'm listening to satellite. And I got my BPM, watercolors, you know, chill, blend, Studio 54, all this good stuff. So love it. So I just did this today, and they gave me a big discount because I already have the 1 active subscription. So the second one you get a big discount. So that's what I did. Okay, enjoy your weekend, boys and girls. Happy Independence Day. We already kind of celebrated that in Canada on July 1st, but as you probably saw from my past video, there was nothing actually happening. Everything was shut down due to the COVID-19. So I hope you guys more fun than us, but still, please be responsible, wear a mask, and keep away from other people if that's possible.
See ya. See ya. See ya.